Tell us something. Why you are inside the cage?
Because I'm in a cage.
How? Can you explain?
How did I get in here?
Yeah.
Through this.
No, I understand. But what is the symbolism of this cage?
Basically, it's showing what people are living in right now. We live in a bunch of cages. Except that we live in a cage. We're all animals.
Okay, so how can you get out from the cage? What is the
Wake
up. First, you have to realize that you're in the cage.
Okay.
And then you can get out of the cage. The cage is the matrix. The cage is money. The cage is politics. The cage is TV. The cage is radio. The cage is cell phones. The cage is food. The cage is everything that this system has created to keep you down and to keep you from using your best potential.
So you think the people are not realizing they are inside the cage?
No, nobody knows they're in the cage. Everybody's looking at TV. Everybody's looking at, hey, what's cool and what's hot and what Gucci bag am I going to wear? Nobody wakes up to realize I'm a person with a soul and I actually can be doing more than what I'm doing right now, which is living like robots. Now take a look at the robots. They do the same thing every day. They get up for work at the same time. They go to work. That's not life. You're not experiencing every different. You're doing the same thing every day. That to me is an automaton. Have a good day.
Good, thank you. Supporting this Occupy Wall Street protest?
Yes, sir. I am a Marine Corps veteran.
Okay, and why are you supporting this protest? What is the main reason for this protest?
American society is corrupt.
Okay.
And it is hurting our soul. When I was in the Marine Corps, God help me, 35 years ago, I told my commanding officer the same thing. I said, our mission in Vietnam is flawed. We are on the wrong side. The corrupt government of South Vietnam discriminates against its own people. A Vietnamese person, unless he's wealthy, cannot eat in a Saigon restaurant. It's reserved for the French and so on.
Right.
I said, we must come to our senses, and I have to tell you the truth as my commanding officer. He said, I could put you in prison for saying that, he said, but you're not a criminal Marine, you're a sick Marine. So this Marine is back to say, now, we must change our country.
So how can we change? What is the procedure? Like, what is your thought? How can the politician, how the government can change? What is your idea? What is your suggestion for them?
We must find the laws and find the policies that will put people, human beings, before all else. We're a very clever, inventive people in many ways. There's an old saying, American can do. Figure it out, right? We can figure this out. What we need to do is an income and a resources distribution system that ensures everyone dignity and a reasonable level of physical survival and limits excessive profit. If a guy wants to make $1 million, I think that's great. He likes that. I don't care about it. But he wants a boat. He wants 3 boats. Fine. But 10 boats while other people are hungry? No. So we draw a dotted line. You can have 3 boats, but you can't have 10 boats anymore. How many times can you take a boat out? I mean, So that's my thought. I realize I'm being a little vague, but in realistic terms, I think we're part of a global event now. I think the whole human race is beginning to understand that the only way that it works is to take care of everyone. And then we will see about luxuries and goodies.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. What's your name?
Sahadev.
From where?
I'm from...
When you're living in a country that has more people per 100,000 incarcerated than any place on the face of the earth, you are getting close to being Nazi Germany.
Can I just ask, are we getting closer or are we there? Because you've changed your tone slightly.
I think that we're pretty much almost already there.
Right.
You see what they wanted to do here? That was it. A few days ago, we were here. We came out at 5 o'clock in the morning, and that's a hardship for us. We did. To try to stop it, because we knew that they could do it with 400 people in here. They were going to come and power wash the place and clear them out and take all Detroit into goddamn knows what, and they were going to clear them out.
But this is a private park.
It is not a private park. It is being managed by a private company.
It's owned by that company.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. This park belongs to the people of New York.
No, it doesn't. It belongs to a private company. It's no different than a Barnes of Noble.
They're managing it, okay?
No, and they own it. Do you own a house?
Do I own a house? No. And no one in America ever really owns their house. That's another illusion. Because guess what? You pay off your mortgage and you don't own one damn penny. Guess what they'll do to you when you don't pay your taxes? Your property taxes. They will sell your house on the courthouse steps. That's what they'll do with you. So nobody owns a house in America, really. It's just an illusion.
Or you could soon be silent die. I rely on your apathy.
Everybody should be poor. What's your agenda? What's your thing?
What?
Everyone should be equal. What? Communism? What's the deal?
I'm not a communist. I'm a socialist.
What is that? What's that basically?
That's where the government takes care of the people that need to be taken care of.
I hear.
Instead of letting them starve to death and live in lousy housing. That shit's got to cease.
Yeah, I feel that.
Right on.
Straight ahead.
Because our taxes pay to send your employees to school. Our taxes pay for the bridges and roads that your company rolls their trucks on to sell whatever good. So that's part of the social contract that we, in our country, we pay taxes. I want to educate you. Okay? If I had no kids, I pay my taxes because I'm educating the next generation. I'm giving the next generation a chance to get what I have. Just like my parents wanted the best for me. My parents came from Italy. They immigrated here because after World War II there was nothing. They wanted something for their children. And I want something for my children. I want them to be able to work for a corporation that gives to their employees and not just their CEOs.
It's fair. I mean, I think I disagree a little bit with that statement that no one gets rich on their own. I mean, doesn't that kind of smack anyone who comes from nothing and works their way up on their own? Doesn't that smack them across the face and say, you didn't do anything?
How do you get anywhere without someone else helping you? I mean, it's just something as basic as infrastructure in the country. If you made it on your own and you made it big, you were educated in this country, probably for public education.
Okay.
You got somewhere because someone...
But you're paying taxes.
It's your right to.
You're paying taxes.
That's debatable.
What do you mean it's debatable?
What do you propose? Socialism because you pay taxes?
Did I say anything about socialism? No. I'm trying to understand.
No, I said communism is production and distribution for people's needs and an end to the profit system.
Does it work?
Huh?
Does communism work?
It never existed.
It never has existed in true form.
And it never can. Will it ever?
Yeah, you ever hear of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics?
Yes,
It
no,
was
but not
socialist.
socialist.
Socialism is state capitalism. That's why it failed.
That's why you failed?
That's why it
Look at
failed.
every communist country. Just look at that.
They're
not
there
true,
has
Don.
no
They're not
communist
communists.
country.
They're not communists.
They're not, because if
Never
you look
was
at the
any.
ideology underlying communism, that's not what they have been about, because they have been...
God sense you need to be doing 20,000.
Yeah, I know.
Show any real money.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry, it's not there's no money in
it's
that.
not good. It's
2% return.
going to be a few cents.